to my channel, and sorry for not uploading any videos for a very long time. I'll probably make a whole video about where I've been, because that's what I did last time I was on hiatus. But right now I just want to focus on my budget, obviously, because I've got my cash envelopes here. And yeah, let's get right into it. So sorry about the shadow here, the way my lighting is set up. That's my I use my phone to record these videos, and so this is just the shadow of it. Hopefully next time I'm able to figure out a better situation. But anyway, so this is my bullet journal. I keep like my trackers over here, which I've not been doing a very good job of keeping up with. But on this page, I have my budget for the entire month of March. And then on this page, I have my spending tracker. So my situation now in terms of jobs and stuff is that I was at an internship, but I left that internship early because I got a permanent full-time job. So had to leave that internship, and so I did not receive a paycheck for the beginning of March, because the last paycheck I received was at the end of February, and that was the last paycheck for my internship. So no paycheck in February. Also, I completely I guess I do have to explain some things of my life since the last video. I completely moved to a new state, like on my own. So I'm in an apartment, and the first month of the apartment was like way cheaper because they're doing some special. So my last paycheck from my internship that I got at the end of February, pretty much all of that went to my first month of rent. So yeah, no paycheck for the 13th of March, but I did get a paycheck today, my first real big girl job paycheck, which is a huge deal to me. Also, with the current situation in the entire world, this paycheck is like a huge deal, because I know a lot of other people cannot get paychecks. So I guess I should say that like none of this is me like bragging or anything that I got paid, because I know like the situation is not the same for a lot of people in the world. So I am very grateful that my job, like I'm able to work from home for right now. But yeah, just throwing that out there. Anyway, okay, so for the month of March, my one paycheck, the total of it was $940.95. I put in real numbers because like I don't see the point of hiding those numbers. So that's after like taxes and all that stuff is taken out of. So lowers my paycheck a lot from like the gross pay or net pay. I can never remember which is which. $940.95. That's my paycheck. Okay, moving on. My rent for the month, it's actually not $800. It's $809. I wish it was just plain old $800. Because I didn't receive a normal paycheck at the beginning of the month, I'm taking $400 from the $940, and then $400 from my savings account to cover rent for the month of April. I'm doing that because I'm in that transition period of taking out money from my paychecks, I guess you could say. If I had like received this same paycheck for the 13th, then I would have saved $400 for that, and then or $403, whatever, from that paycheck, and then $400 from this paycheck to cover rent for April. But because of that didn't happen, I have to take it out of my savings, or else I would have like $100 left over for this paycheck. Yes, okay. So for water, I don't know what that bill is gonna look like. I haven't received it yet, and since this is my first month living here, I don't know what really to expect, so I'm just estimating $50, which I'm pretty sure is a lot higher than what the bill will be, because I live by myself, so I'm like not using as much water. And then electricity, same thing, just estimating higher than what it probably will be, $50 for each. And that's what that E here means, so that when I look back at this month for my budget, then I know it wasn't actually $50, it was just me estimating $50. I've been told by other people that live around here that electricity is like $12, $15 a month, so I would expect that to be way lower. The Daily Sculpt, that's like a workout subscription thing that I have. The beginning of the month, it takes up $9 for the program, and then there's like a social media thing that I'm subscribed to for it, and that's $3 a month that gets taken out towards the end of the month. So I did have to pay things from this section, but I have enough in my checking account that like I can cover all of that. And moving and all that stuff, like I spent a lot of money, but that was like bound to happen anyway too, so I'm just trying to build that back up now. Anyway, so yes, Daily Sculpt, that's $3, that's already been taken out. And then Spotify, I have the premium subscription that is taken out at the beginning of the month, so I don't have to do anything for that now. Student loans, so with my previous internship, my loans were put on forbearance because I was expecting that after that internship, I was supposed to get a job at that location, and my internship would have paid the interest that was accruing from my forbearance, but because that didn't happen, I called yesterday to take my loans out of forbearance because of the whole situation that's going on. I don't want to keep paying the interest that was accruing when now federal student loans are at 0% interest now. But I'd rather just pay the normal loans than have it in forbearance, and I don't know. Better to take it out of forbearance now that I can. But I don't know what I'll be paying for it right now, because I have to figure things out for that. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just leaving that blank. I have a whole savings account dedicated specifically for my student loans, and I know I have enough in there to hold me over for a little bit, and I contribute to that like every month. I put money into it, so I'm not worried about that right now. Car insurance. Since I moved to a new state, I had to redo my car insurance, and they upped my premium and made it due, made my like insurance payment due next month, which I'm not happy about, because I'm pretty sure before I switched it over, my payment was due in like June, and now it's due in April, and I have not saved up enough for that. I keep track of my sinking funds. These are my sinking funds, by the way. These are my bills, what I count as bills at least, and so now we're in the sinking funds. For car insurance, I put in $20 a month usually, and that was supposed to like hold me over for a while, but now I'm doubling it per paycheck, and then I'm also gonna call them and see if I qualify for any discounts, because they upped my premium like way more than I see any reason why they should have. Really nothing changed with the information that I gave them other than I'm in a different state. that was it. Anyway, so putting $40 towards that, towards car maintenance. Oh, I think the lighting just changed. Anyway, towards car maintenance, I'm putting $10. Let me also zoom you all in. It's a little bit better. Putting $10 into that. When I was moving to my new state, one of my tires blew. Well, it didn't blow, but it went flat, and then turned out I needed to replace all of my tires, and the sensors in the tires were all bad too. So thankfully my dad paid for the new tires because he has like all the Firestone auto repair perks and stuff. I'm really thankful for that because I would not have been able to afford that while also moving. But I do have to pay for new sensors in my tires, so those are like $90 each. So much money. So I've been putting $10 towards car maintenance just because I figured something was bound to happen eventually. So right now I have $89 in there, so I'll bump it up to $90, which is good for one sensor. So I might have to up the amount that I put towards there. The sensors aren't a big deal because I can always like check the tire pressure myself, but they do, since I got new tires on there, they need to be realigned. So I kind of have to do it all at once. So we'll see how that goes. Student loan interest, because I was accruing interest, I didn't realize that you have to pay that all at once. Like you can't do like $50 towards the total interest like a month or whatever you want to do. You have to pay it all at once. So I'm trying to, well, now that I'm taking it out of forbearance, that interest will be put onto my loans anyway. So I don't know if this even matters anymore. Don't put your loans into forbearance, by the way, if you don't have to. I'll make a video about that because big regret for sure. Anyway, sinking fund for home stuff, I just put $5 into that, and that just goes towards like if we need a lamp or if we need, it's more like decoration stuff rather than actual needs like toilet paper or something like that. I put $5 towards medical for co-pays. Not that I ever have to go to the doctors usually, but in the event that I would need to, $5 towards co-pay. And then, let's see, we're gonna skip over gifts and adventures for right now. Wedding, so I am getting married. We don't have a date set, and especially right now, we're like stop planning completely basically. But I do still try to save money towards that, so I'm putting $20 towards that. And then I have a new sinking fund called intermittent, and that means that goes for my job. I have a MITS tour duty schedule, so for the whole year I'm either full-time, part-time, or intermittent, which means that I'm kind of like on call, but not really. They just like, I basically am furloughed for a few pay periods, but I can, if they need me to work, then I can go into work. So because I wouldn't be getting a paycheck, I'm not guaranteed a paycheck for that time, I'm putting money into a sinking fund for that, just so that I have money during that time, basically. I mean, I can like file for unemployment or pick up a part-time job if I'm able to. Right now, I'm glad that I'm not in my intermittent status right now, because both of those options seem kind of like not good right now. Anyways, I'm putting $20 towards that every paycheck, I mean. Might up it, might not, I don't know. Going to my cash envelopes. So adventures and gifts are technically cash envelopes, but it's not something that I'm like using every time I go out. so I consider it a sinking fund. I just have physical cash envelopes for it. So for gifts, I always put $5 for that, and adventures, I always put $10 towards that. I did go to Disney back in the beginning of February. I went to Disney World, so that pretty much wiped out like all my cash envelopes. So I'm trying to rebuild those back up. Bad time to try and rebuild those back up, but you know how it is. Gas, $20 a paycheck. Usually before I would do 40, but right now I'm not driving anywhere. Now that I don't have to go into work anymore, I'm not driving anywhere, and I'm not trying to drive anywhere. So I have 20 in there for just like if I need to fill up. I think I'm like at half a tank right now, so I should be fine for a while. Eating out, I'm not eating out or doing anything regarded to entertainment or spending, because I'm trying to like self-isolate as much as possible right now. But I do put $10 into those 3 categories, just so that like when all of this is over, then I can, you know, go out to eat or do something fun. So yeah, $10 into each of those. Hygiene, I always put $5, and that's like if I need to get my eyebrows done, or if I need to buy like toiletries, things like that, that's what hygiene is. I don't have to do it that often because I buy things in bulk, so that's usually like covered. And then groceries, I did not hoard groceries. Just saying right now, I did not hoard groceries, but I did make sure to buy in bulk a lot of things. So I have a lot of things in my freezer that will be able to hold me over for a while. I live by myself, so it's not like I'm making like huge meals or anything. So groceries, if I need to get more, I put $20 under there. And I usually just shop at Aldi, and you can get a lot of things for just $20. But I went shopping at Sam's Club and kind of like stocked up on my staples and stuff, so I'm good for a while. Oh, yep, and that's it. So the asterisks you might see here, that just means that I already had this cash on hand. These categories are being paid, I guess, not from this paycheck. Before I moved out of my parents' home, out of my childhood room, I had a lot of cash like everywhere, like a lot of cash everywhere, and I don't know why. I didn't just always put that in the bank. So I just filled these up using that cash. And my bank is not in the state that I am in now. So I can't really deposit that cash. So I just have it like locked away now, for like emergencies, I guess now. But yeah, so I just filled it up that way because I can't take cash out now either. So it's just like a whole mess, but like so is the world right now, so I don't feel as bad. Anyway, so for these sinking funds, I just go into my bank app and move that over to my savings. And then I keep track in my bullet journal up here of like how much is in each category that I've put into my savings account. And then on this page, I just have like all my spending for the month so far, and I've tried to color coordinate things. The budget mom suggested that, so I tried doing it. And yeah, I've definitely spent like way more this month than I have in pretty much any other month for a while, but that's because I had to like change my address, pay rent and the deposit, get a new driver's license, do all these like inspection things that they make you pay for and all that stuff. So also, since we figured there'd be like a self-quarantining at some time and I don't have Wi-Fi or a TV here, I bought a Nintendo Switch to keep me occupied. So I split the price, but yeah, now I have, I mean, it was a big price, $158 just by myself. Then the Switch was like $300, but splitting it was a lot less. So yes, okay, now the next segment will basically just be me stuffing my cash envelopes. I did not go to the bank to get this cash. I already had it on hand. Yeah, so I can't really finish writing things out, I guess, because I'm not completely sure what my student loans will be, so I don't want to say like my total budget is this. Yeah, I mean, I might later. If I do, I'll put it in, but I might not. Who knows? Okay, time to stuff cash envelopes now. Okay, so I have my cash laid out. It's really not that much because I'm not going anywhere and spending any money right now. And I don't foresee myself doing that for a while. But anyway, we'll just get into it. So for gas, that's $20, and I already had $20 in here. So altogether, that would be $40. $40 for gas. This was my Disney cash envelope, and I already went to Disney, so now it's basically empty. But instead of just like getting rid of it, I'm going to use it for that intermittent sinking fund. So putting $20 into that. It is a really pretty envelope. I made all of these myself. And this one has like all the princess dresses and their carriages and castles and stuff. So yeah. Groceries, $20 also. And for these two, they are already empty, so they only have $20 in each of them now. Entertainment, also empty because I used that all at Disney. $10. Spending is empty. I think it's been empty for a while, to be honest, because I just always end up using my card even though I shouldn't. $10 in there. Eating out, not gonna happen for a while. But that was empty. Now it has $10. Adventures, it was empty. Now it has $10 also. And then the last two are for gifts and hygiene. They already had money in them, so for gifts I had $15 in it. Now I have $20. And for hygiene, I think I had 15 for this too. Oh no, I had a lot more. Wait, how much money did I have? Okay, so I have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I had 14? Okay, yeah, I had $14 in here. Then I have 5 ones also. 3, 4, 5. So now I have 20. Wait, how much can I have? 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know why I thought differently. Alright, $19 in hygiene now. Okay. That is pretty much it for my March 24th paycheck. I'm probably gonna make another video pretty much explaining everything, like the whole situation, the way I budget, all that stuff. I know I kind of touched on it in this video, but I feel like there's just more to explain to make more sense for things. So keep a lookout on that. Stay safe, wash your hands, disinfect everything, practice social distancing, or just stay inside if you can help it. Just keep yourself healthy. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.